meeting with different people and coming into contact with them, touching them, and so we all have these inhibitions of touching and all. And I've started this workshop by shivering a lot, and at the end of this workshop I got so much comfortable, and I can't tell you. I mean, I think each and every person have different inhibitions in them, and this workshop gives me a place to encounter those inhibitions. And I want to tell everyone just to jump into it and go with the flow. It's an amazing experience.
I mean, I don't think so it's gonna work if we ask people to sit outside.
Okay, then let's have this area and one other. Maybe there contrast.
Maybe this one also, not this one also, because this is connected.
Yeah.
Initially, I'll be taking 2 people inside this room, blindfolded, and the performers are inside, and then they'll continue from there.
And it's kind of recommended that until you go into that space, 2 by 2, if we can spend more time with ourselves and only use the verbal space if really needed, and that too outside, or only like it's really needed, but the more we connect to ourselves, the merrier it is, I would say.
So just to begin with, who would love to go first? Okay, there you go. Ready. Do you want to use this or this?
Okay, we go.
And inside also is space.
All good?
We attended the workshop in Sector 18, Chandigarh. The venue was O Veda. It was a wonderful, beautiful venue, silent and green. And then we were introduced to the blindfolded technique. This session we were just following somebody by the touch. All the movements we followed. Too many thoughts were coming to my mind initially, but then ultimately I had to shut them off, which was but obviously very difficult. But ultimately I was able to just mindlessly follow the movements, and it was a very wonderful experience.
And after the interaction with Adrianna and Guru, I think what I felt was exactly what they explained. When your vision is obstructed, that's when you start to exercise your other senses and be more perceptive.
I started Contact Improvisation 10 years back in Pune commune, where I was going for my art project. So I met some of the dancers from Europe, and that's where I started my journey. And for the first time I already fell in love with this form, because basically I'm dyslexic, so I had like hard time orienting numbers and left and right. When I just came to know that there is no left and right and there is no numbers, I was already more curious, and I felt like Contact Improvisation found me rather than I finding Contact Improvisation.
Contact Improvisation, kind of interested to explore about it, but because it's such a rare form to find and practice it and experience in India especially, it's only just 1 year back that I went to a workshop in Udaipur. It was a 3-day workshop, and I just thought, okay, I am already in Udaipur, why not go and see what it is? So I signed up for that, and I landed up in this workshop of Contact Improvisation just to see a fancy guess like what it is.
And how do they move and what do they do as they are smiling or laughing or... And just getting curious. And also observe, as you see somebody, what is this awkward feeling that happens? Like to continue or not to continue, like what is this going on in the brain as you see? As you see somebody, like what is this, like you will laugh or not, or yes or no, or relax jaws. Take a few breaths. And don't stare. Don't make your partner afraid of you.
That particularly was a very interesting experience, because not only we did a contact improvisation workshop, but we also did a performance that was around the idea of touch and communication, but also what happens when the vision is taken away and we have to rely on this other means of communication through touch or through sense of other person.
I thought that how can this happen between strangers, this is not going to work at all. And there are so many inhibitions, there are hesitations and fears. But then when you actually start moving and when you're in the movement, nothing seems to matter except, that contact, that touch. And I think that touch as a concept is very undervalued and very stereotyped also, as I'd say. But here we could see all the positive aspects of it.
It was a very joyful experience. I do this kind of movement with the flow, but this is the first time I've done it with another person, and it is the one place where there was no thought.
Zona was saying about this elephant.
What?
She was saying elephant memory.
Remember in this poem? Yesterday,
Yesterday is the poem which was being read to you.
that you have a elephant memory that you take with.
Since I arrived in India for a month with one of the dancers from Contact Improv India, Guru, we were traveling and doing some workshops. We did in Kolkata, then Delhi, Chandigarh, now in Dharamshala.
Okay, pause. Stay wherever you are. So, for the next hour, we are going to try to speak louder, but with the body more than the mouth. Yeah? So you can speak. Don't stop speaking. But you can speak through your body more. I don't know how you will figure out, but you figure out yourself. Contact Improvisation India, like, we didn't come up with this name. In the starting, we had this name called Play Support Explore, which was named by one of our co-teachers, and she was teaching with me, Swapna, and she gave this name Play Support Explore. And for 1 year, we were just having this Play Support Explore. It was kind of a space which we created, and it was a theme that we gone through. And 2 years back, me and some of the other friends, we thought like, okay, we Play Support Explore is kind of open-ended name, or it's kind of more of a subject more than an organization. And I don't come from a dance background, and I don't have a studio to dance or to teach. So we started moving around places. So we were slowly going to these people who know already Contact, and then who had a studio, and then the dancing was happening. The response was interesting because the mind thinks so much before you do something. Because we were thinking so much like what will happen, India is a taboo place, we go and touch somebody, they will have trauma, or we don't know. Mind started to think so much.
Look, you moved it, look like it was here, you closed it and it closed and... No! This is called a crushing card trick. So I crush it like this. It's action, but I'm pushing this finger. So you would actually see me push it because the hand is covering it. So then I just hold it with my thumb like that, and then just do that. The thing is
Contact improvisation helped me a lot personally, because I used to have problems with touch and getting intimate with people. This helped me a lot because I could let loose, I could just free, enjoy, explore myself. I think it can help more people, not only me, to try, to enjoy, to explore what are my abilities, how can I move. in a way that you don't think about it. You just do, you just move. You don't think, how can I move? But you explore how you can. It helps people.
The first person who told me about this was my brother, Aditya. He's also part of CII. He was the one who had first come down to the Goa Contact Festival and experienced the whole feel. And when he came back and he mentioned about what he felt, I was like, wow, this is something beautiful. And that's when I saw the Goa Contact Festival after movie, which was back in 2013. And I got inspired and I was like, wow, this is something and I need to try this thing. So the very next year I went there and I asked them whether I could join them. And they were like, yes. Since the time I started doing contact, like it's much more about understanding how your body is, how it functions, and also about listening to just not yourself but also being aware about the surrounding and also the people involved in it.
So when I joined the contact workshop itself, I didn't really know much about what to expect, but I did know that at the end of the workshop, the idea was to be able to fly, to actually be able to lift someone or be lifted on someone's shoulders. And I couldn't imagine how that could happen over 2 days. But the workshop was fantastic. The way that Adrianna and Guru taught the procedures that they actually went through felt very, very comfortable, even for someone who hadn't done anything like that before. And the progressions themselves were actually natural, and before you know it, it's the end of the workshop and you're actually lifting someone up on your shoulders and experiencing this flight. And it was very freeing, the experience of being able to move without restrictions and just letting your body kind of do what it does naturally, because you get a better sense of balance, a better sense of how to move, how to move not just by yourself but with someone else as well. So yeah, I really, 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 really enjoyed it, and I think it's opened up a new world, I think, for me of experience and expression, and I'm really eager to start exploring that and to go deeper into it.
Contact improvisation as a form was born out of this curiosity and willingness to experiment. So people who practice some form of dance, mostly contemporary dancers, wanted to know what happens when there's no hierarchy, no choreographer who says you have to do like this, when there's no rules and no differences between any categories, female, male, nothing. But people come together and with these principles of we share weight, we have physical contact, and we improvise, what can happen?
For me, it's like touching someone, very random people. In the beginning, it was difficult for me because in India we are not into that more hug culture or touching culture, that kind of culture. But yeah, but when I did Contact Improv, I was like really confident. I didn't feel anything which is wrong or anything. I was just enjoying the moment, whatever was happening, and I never felt so confident and so good and so safe in my life with any kind of dance before.
To allow the weight to go to the...
Yeah, and I'm also not kind of hanging, but I'm climbing. So you use this force of climbing. So you move into the tree to really go up. And this will somehow also make your reflexes stronger to understand how to support and how to go and how to reach. Yeah? And also go on the floor, it's fine. Don't be up. Nice.
workshop was really good for me actually, because I think it really helped me to work on my levels of confidence. Because what's really nice is to not feel that you can only have contact with someone who is either a family member or a partner or a very close friend. You know, this really gives you the chance to make a very authentic connection, which doesn't have anything complicated. There's nothing violent, and there isn't anything sexual either, which is unusual in the West, but also particularly here in India as well. You know, to be able to have physical contact with somebody outside of just those very kind of clear family or partner, and I think it's something that, if it's well handled, if it's well understood, and certainly by the facilitators I've worked with here, they've been extremely good and extremely clear, then it can be a space which is incredibly helpful for being able to have that kind of authentic connection.
Do appreciate dance contact because it's an easy way to express yourself, even if you are not a dancer at all, even if you don't move so much, because to me it's like a therapy, and the thing is that you learn how to move, and you try to know how to create this connection with first you and the floor.
I wait until it reaches. It's not reaching. Okay, I have to go up a little bit. It's not reaching again. Wait until it reaches there. And then reverse. And reverse. Go either down, or you go with it up. Or you go with it down. So soon you will play with this. Yeah? But reverse in front, I will say it like this. With your partners, try to go.
Which one, Guru? Yeah, which one you like?
Regulars.
Regular.
No, pa.
No, pa, regular, marmitiya.
Regular manditya. Sing your zara. Sing. What are the other songs?
Tamil பாடல்.
தமிழ் தென்றல் வந்து இருக்கு. பாடுங்க.
No, I will cry if you sing that song.
I will also cry with you. Let us both cry together. Guru, Guru.
What's your plan? Guru. No, that's good. That's best. तो कर, मैं भूली नहीं हंसी मुलाकातें, बेचैन करके मुझको मुझसे यूं ना फेर नजर। सर्दी की रातों में हम सोए रहे एक चादर में, हम दोनों तन्हा ना कोई भी रहे इस घर में। जरा जरा महकता है आज तो मेरा तन बदन, मैं कैसी हूँ मुझे बदले अपनी बाहों में। तेरी कसम तुझको सनम दूर कहीं ना जा, ये दूरी कहती है पास मेरे आजा रे, आजा रे, आजा रे, आजा रे।
You can go closer and then change directions. There. Yes. If you want to support with some sound, you can. Yeah. It can be your fingertips, it can be your nose, it can be your ear.
Not like I find it difficult when like the bots are in the right position, so you kind of want to do it and kind of never like something's off. So it was nice to practice today, like that exercise, to be able to do it in a fluid way.
When you learn something, you always think the teacher will be like strict and they will ask you to do things which you don't want to. But for me, my teachers like Guru and Adrianna and our friends, and they were like different, like because they are like more like friends. So it was very comfortable to dance with them. It was not like they are our teacher and we have to be really nice or we have to do whatever they are saying. It's like they gave us the freedom to do whatever we want to, and it was more like we are doing it with friends than a teacher-student bonding. So it was really nice.
But I believe that eventually, like each and every person could go to these places which would be there across India and experience the beauty of what we have experienced while doing contact. And there's a lot to learn out of it. It's a way of life, I could say, in a way. And also the best part is like this could be done by anyone and everyone, from kids to an elderly person, no matter who you are, where are you from. There is no differences of any race, there's no differences of what's your lifestyle, like are you rich, you're poor, or you're just middle class family, nothing. Here, you're just one. And that's the beauty of it. Contact somewhere gets all of these people from these different backgrounds, and
So for me, it has been a very inspiring journey, and I wish to continue.